So I've been using the X100V for a few months now. It's awesome. I bought one when the X100VI was announced. I got it used and I have been taking it with me everywhere since. But as I've been using it, the 6 has been gently and seductively calling my name. And so I ordered it. I got in line and I waited for one, and the package came yesterday. And here's the crazy thing about it, because I don't love unboxing videos, is that I didn't tear it open immediately and start playing with it. I left it to bring it with me here to the studio today. And as I was driving it to work, I wondered, why didn't you rip it open like you've done with every other piece of camera gear you've ever bought? So that's what I wanted to talk about. Is the 6 worth the upgrade from the 5? And I can't answer that question for you, but I can tell you why I did. But let's start out by opening up the box. What's in the box? So here's the 6 sitting next to the V. And I want to talk about the differences first. This isn't a technical review. I'll give you the real nuts and bolts breakdown. The 6 has a higher resolution sensor, a pretty significantly higher resolution sensor, as well as in-body image stabilization. It has extra film simulations, some advanced video features that the V doesn't have, and a few other small things. It's really, overall, it's a nice upgrade. You may or may not be interested in those upgrades, but I've got some really good reasons why I went ahead and bought it. First things first is the video. I'm not looking to use this to start producing my videos. There are a few things about this body and this particular model that don't make it great for like a full-time video camera. But when I'm traveling and doing pictures of my family and whatever I'm doing as I'm going places, I do a lot of behind-the-scenes video, and I use my phone for that. And switching back and forth between the camera and the phone, maybe I don't have to do that anymore because of the in-body image stabilization, the better autofocus tracking. It'll be much easier to use this to grab that footage than having to switch back and forth between those two devices. And I think that's a huge plus. As much as I love the 35mm equivalent lens, and I truly believe that having a fixed lens like this really does force you to be creative with your shots and to push yourself to do more things, I really do find that in some situations, I just can't get close enough to the thing I want to photograph. And having that extra resolution to crop in on those things, I think would be really cool, especially since my plan with this camera is to take a lot of pictures of my kids and my family and our travels, and I can make large prints even if I crop half the image away. So that's pretty compelling reason for me. And finally, possibly the most compelling reason is because the X100V is such a great camera. Even though it's a few years old, a well cared for V could sell for close to, or sometimes even more than, a brand new 6, as long as you're willing to wait for it. The demand for these in the market, you're not going to get a better price for this than you are right now. So I guess the conclusion is, if you're primarily a still shooter and IBIS doesn't really concern you, and super high 40 megapixel resolution doesn't concern you, and the extra film simulation, not having that doesn't bother you, really there isn't a ton of difference between the two cameras. You're probably great just holding what you got. But think about for a second that if you were to order one now and then sell the V, when you get your 6, the market will probably still be pretty high 6 months from now, since there will be no more of these. So if you could get a camera that is better and not really spend any or much money at all to get it, why wouldn't you, I guess? So that's really what it comes down to for me, is that I'm gonna be able to sell this thing, and then this really isn't gonna cost me much or anything at all. So that's kind of where I fell on it, because maybe I didn't need to spend the $1,600 to do it, but once I sell this, it's not really gonna be that much money. So I don't think the market for this is gonna go up any higher than it already is. So if you're gonna do it, now's the time. Of course, my opinion is just that. It's only my opinion. If you did or didn't upgrade and you have a really good reason why, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, and everybody else who watches this video can kind of enjoy that conversation. That'd be great. So don't forget to like, subscribe, sign up for my email list in the description of this video, and thanks for watching.